Namaskar. Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host Sree Iyer. Joining me today is Sumit Peer and we are going to talk about the action that has resumed in Israel-Gaza conflict as Israel has started flooding the tunnels. We're going to have a bunch of videos that will show you all the different things that is happening all over Gaza and what does this mean for the remaining hostages. There are still women trapped. I think the count is around 45 or 50 and this is where things are, that hard decision has been made by Israel, looks like. To know all about this and more and all the other currents that are going, let's welcome Sumit Peer. But before that, please like this video and don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. Sumit ji, namaskar and welcome to PGurus channel. How are you, sir?
Sri sir, namaskar, pranam, vanakkam, sadhuvad, all fine, good. All is by the kripa of Lord Mahadev. Ji.
Thank you so much, Sumit ji, for joining us today. And we talk about this. Viewers, again, we have a lot of videos to go through. So we're going to start hitting the straps right away. Sumit ji, latest situation in Gaza. Which part of Gaza is being flooded? Northern or southern, or where is it happening, sir?
Sri sir, in the name of Bhagwan Sree Ganesha, let's do the Sree Ganesha of this broadcast today. Well, the situation is as under. First and the important thing is the people who thought that Gaza is now stabilizing, Middle East is stabilizing, undercurrents are dying. Nothing of that order is happening. I want to bring first few aspects to the table which are very, very important. The most important aspect is Israel has declared these are the Hamas leaders. Wherever they are, we'll kill them. It is a very clear declaration which includes Ismael Haniya, which includes 𝗤𝙗𝙄𝗄𝘅, which includes this Yana Yavir who is hiding in the tunnels. So 𝗤𝙗𝙄𝗄𝘅, Ismael Haniya, wherever you are, will eliminate you. So with all these things happening, 40% of the Gaza tunnels are already destroyed by Israel, which the Israel Defense Minister has claimed that we have destroyed 40% of the tunnels. 60% of the tunnels are remaining. Now, yesterday, there was a statement by the Jordanian foreign minister. He was saying, look, there is no Arab army which is going to enter into Gaza, because if you want us to enter, you have to stop what you are doing in Gaza, because there will be nothing left to salvage in Gaza. So we are seeing in the Arabic world, slowly, things are starting changing. I think nothing left in Gaza. Don't expect us to do anything. Now, Americans are supporting Israel full way, and Israel is not in any mood to relent. Israel is not going to relent anyway. Now, in a dangerous turn of events, I would request Sachin Bhai to show the picture of Erdogan. Erdogan has released a picture of his. This is an interesting picture which you will see here. Now, you will see a very aggressive Erdogan. What is Erdogan doing here? Erdogan, NATO ally, partner of United States of America. He has threatened if Israel tries to eliminate Ismael Haniya and 𝗤𝙗𝙄𝗄𝘅 in Qatar, Turkey will declare a war on Israel and we will wipe out Israel from the map. This is what Tayyip Erdogan has to say. And let's not forget, this man has more than 100% inflation. He is number 2 or number 3rd highest inflation in the world. His economy is crumbling. He is collapsing, but he is threatening Israel with elimination of Israel from the face of war. Now, incidentally, Sri sir, what is the game here? Now, Erdogan is a NATO member, right? He's a part of NATO. So now if Israel retaliates, which it has to retaliate if Erdogan thinks something like that. Now, if you retaliate on Israel, on Turkey being a NATO member, as per the Charter 5 of the NATO, retaliation on one member of NATO is retaliation on the whole NATO. Then the NATO has to come together and hit you. Now, Americans who will be giving weapons to the Israelis, and Israel will use one of that weapon to hit Turkey. Now, as per the Charter 5 of the NATO, so what is America going to do? Is going to come get another weapon and hit Israel with that another weapon, because the first weapon supplied by American has hit Turkey. I mean, this is an interesting event which is going to unfold. And as I told you, as I had predicted, I mean, this is my 𝗤𝙗𝑚ic thought. This is not geopolitical. I'm predicting that Erdogan will ditch NATO, or NATO has to kick him off, because the kind of stunts he has been pulling, I don't think NATO can live with him, and they are already going sick and tired with him. Now, Sachin Bhai, if you can show the picture of the consignment, latest consignment of relief which has come for Hamas. America has sent great relief for Hamas. You can see how does it look.
1 minute, Sachin ji, before Sumit ji, before we go there. One of the challenges that is with NATO is the number of nuclear warheads that are stationed in Turkey. That was stationed there as a deterrence to Russia's march towards the Mediterranean Sea. Because this holds that Bosphorus Sea, the gate, right? There are 2 gates that Turkey controls. So I think there are multiple, I think thousands, if I remember correctly, of nuclear warheads of NATO stationed in Turkey. Now, those have to be disabled, ho sakta hai,
or taken out.
But then here the enrichment material also has to be taken out. Kyunki, if the moment NATO acts against Turkey, guess who's going to come and embrace Turkey? Russia. So Russia has the technology. Huh?
Pakistan.
So, Pakistan I don't know. They tested in 1998 were mostly dirty bombs that very, very limited damage area. I mean, that's what US concluded, that both India and Pakistan just have basically dirty bombs. They don't have the latest technology, blah, blah, blah. This was American evaluation. Again, it's not like this is 25 years ago. It's not like they've been keeping quiet. They could have done some enhancements and things like that. And Pakistan, 160 nuclear warheads? That's what they claim, right? They have more than India, isn't it?
230, somewhere around that. But as per our analysis, Sree sir, the warheads are in an American base in Saudi Arabia. They are not with Pakistan. So there's another stockpile which is in Saudi, right? So you are talking for one in Turkey, you're talking of another in Saudi. And incidentally, I was watching some of the developments yesterday. If you see the kind of reception Putin has got when he landed in UAE and Saudi was amazing. You have those Su-35s which were flying next to Putin. He landed. The whole of the UAE they were doing some aerial stunts and all. The Russian flag colors were there. If you compare the kind of reception which Putin got in UAE and Saudi, and remember that handshake, that is a typical handshake him and MBS does all the time when they meet. It's like those buddies meeting on a basketball court, and they are just doing a handshake like this. So Russia is also playing at games. Russia chose not to come to India, but Russia chose to go to UAE and Russia chose to go to Saudi. And let's not forget that Erdogan seems to be a good buddy of Russia nowadays. And Erdogan is threatening now Israel, bhai, I will take care of you if you eliminate Ismael Haniya and Khalid Mashal in Qatar. And last episode when we covered, we were saying that what was ironic was Israeli president shaking hands with the Emir of Qatar, right? Israeli president shaking hands. And then asking King Charles, can you help me with the leverage here? So things are really, really getting complex in Middle East. So can we take Erdogan on the face value? If we take Erdogan on the face value, it's a serious change of events, because Erdogan is losing face, Erdogan is losing economy, Erdogan is losing his grip on the power. And if he does something crazy, now what will NATO do? What will happen to the nuclear warheads? What will happen to the stockpile in Saudi Arabia? Who is going to do what? Houthis are quite active. By the way, Houthis, the ship which they have captured of Israel, you know what it has become, Sree sir? It has become a tourist attraction. People are coming in smaller boats, coming up that ship, or photo khiste, that are clicking photos, smoking a shisha, smoking a cigar, and taking pictures. So Houthis have started making money on the Israeli ship. I'm on the lighter side, but it has become a tourist attraction. And they are saying that we'll attack more ships. So this is how the Middle East is shaping up. Now, what is the Israel doing? Israel, by the way, we wanted to show that this is the latest aid of United States of America for Hamas, dispatched via Israel. The third consignment has already come. So Americans are shipping things in lock, stock, and barrel to Israelis, and Israelis are supposed to use them against Hamas. Where is the Hamas hiding? Hamas is hiding in tunnels. As we have been always saying, Hamas is hiding in tunnels. Before we go to the tunnels, IDF has resumed this operation. Yesterday, IDF sent a letter in Arabic to all the residents of Khan Yunis and told them, look, we are warning you to leave Khan Yunis because we are going to now go and take our offensive to civilian areas. Mind my word, civilian areas, because Hamas is hiding here, because they are hiding in hospitals, they are hiding everywhere. They are even hiding in the civilian area. From IDF to the residents of Khan Yunis, that we are going to take this residential area out. So while this is happening, a lot of people have moved out of Gaza. Some people of the Hamas cadre and their sympathizers are hiding in tunnels. Yesterday, one more development happened. Now, Benjamin Netanyahu yesterday did a very, very brave, I don't say brave, I don't know what English to put around it, came up with a very, very straightforward decision. I would call it straightforward because he doesn't have options. He told yesterday, he said, look, we cannot get every hostage home. One line, we cannot get every hostage home. We'll try to get as many of home, but now I think Israel is also kind of, letting some hostages go because they don't have option. Now, there's good possibility, sir. They are not even surviving. They might have already been eliminated by Hamas. So we don't know. When Benjamin Netanyahu says that, that means they are ready for the trade-off. Now, when ready for the trade-off, what is going to happen? Sachinji, play that video of where IDF is sending a gift to Khan Yunis and some surrounding areas. Those buildings, you can see the level of bombardment, what's happening.
Thank you, Ibrahim Daman. This is the last standing. That's part 2. Sachin ji, sorry, keep saying Sachin ji, sorry. Sumit ji, ye to abhi, there is no point of return. There is nothing to return to for Gazans.
Correct. That's what I'm exactly telling you. That is what the Jordanian foreign minister was saying yesterday. But if you want us to come, what is there to salvage? There's nothing. You have to stop now. And if you see why I put this footage, if you see, they are residential apartments. They are not those typical military, ammunition dumps and all. They are all residential apartments, and residential apartments have been taken out. Look and correlate it with the letter which IDF has already sent in Khan Yunis. Bola, bhaiya chhod do, leave the place because we are going to take this area down. And Khan Yunis was considered as the Gaza of Gaza. A Yahudi or an Israeli could not even dream of going there. That was the stronghold. If you have seen the series that 𝗣𝗽𝗼𝗍𝗍, they used to always show that Khan Yunis was the epicenter. Now you see what is happening to the epicenter, how mercilessly the epicenter is being dismantled. So where will the Gazans go now? That the whole Arab world is getting pissed off with this. And Benjamin Netanyahu doesn't have an option. He says, look, if I don't do it, you're going to come back and you're going to hit me. Now, what I conclude, looking at the turn of the events, broadly, if I look over Gaza, there is not a lot left over Gaza, because there are two Gazas, over the ground and under the ground. Over the ground Gaza, there is not left, but we'll come to the what is under the ground Gaza, right? So I've got an image. Okay, we can show that image. We can show also that image. Sachinji has got something. So what is left under the Gaza? So we have to also see this. Now this is tweeted by the IDF around 4 hours ago about a rocket being launched from a site next to the UN building. So even when the ceasefire ended, sir, usually I thought that Hamas would have a bit of cool down and all, but I'm seeing the barrage of rockets coming. I'm seeing again Jordanians in a way warning them. We are seeing Iranians posturing. We are seeing Houthis again posturing. We are seeing everybody is again posturing, and everybody is threatening everybody with the war. So the undercurrents have not died down. In 3-4 days, the undercurrents have gone stronger. And look at this thing when the Israeli Benjamin Netanyahu is saying, I'm okay in a way that I will not be able to rescue war. So he's ready for the trade-off. Now what is happening? Now this is over Gaza. This is next to a UN building, and they have even told UN officials to officially vacate this building, right? Officially vacate this building because this building is not safe. We have seen what was under Al-Shifa hospital. That is known. And by the way, the number 2 man after Yana Shabir, the number 2 guy, I can't remember his name, he was eliminated yesterday. Ye wahi banda, sir. He's the same guy who was hiding inside a Hamas command and control bunker. Now the reports say if the guy is eliminated, that means IDF has reached the bunker, the command and control bunker of Hamas. Now this Yana Shabir is somewhere 60 meters down these tunnels and he's hiding. Incidentally, one more myth got busted yesterday. During this hostage exchange, when Israelis were letting these hostages go, what happened yesterday when the hostage exchange was happening. The propaganda which was being run, there is no power in Gaza, there is blackout, there is no Wi-Fi, there is no heating, there is no cooling, everything was being done. Now, if you see the footages, you can see everybody is having a cell phone. Everybody is picturing how the hostages are being paraded. Everybody is saying Allahu Akbar, whatever. And everybody is uploading these videos to the internet. Now, couple of things. If there is no power, how is the Wi-Fi working? If there is no power, how is the GSM and CDMA, whatever you are using is working. If there is no power, how are you charging the cell phones? If there is no power, how are you uploading it to the social media? So this myth, Gaza doesn't have power, Gaza is running out of the power, hospitals are running out of the power, these many thousand people are going to die if the power is not restored, and Gaza does not have fuel is a lie. Because in fact, the fuel which they were planning to use, they had some other plans with the fuel. We had shown, Sree sir, if you remember one of our episodes, we had shown those fuel tanks of Gaza, which were full of fuel. And Israel said, we are not touching them because we don't want to disrupt it. Now, where did the points I made about the Wi-Fi, the internet, all this, where did this all come from if there was no power in Gaza, if it was a complete blackout? So that means there's a parallel STI. There is a parallel STI which is running below the ground, underneath the ground. Now, how do you tackle this? How do you tackle this STI? So over the ground, Israeli defense forces and all have tackled. Israel has some losses. Unfortunately, some of the men lost their life and all that. But how do you tackle this STI which is running under the ground? That is a question which we have been asking about. Now, I would request Sachin ji to show a picture of a beach which is emerged around 2 days back. I think it emerged around Wednesday or Tuesday. This is an interesting movie, the picture. Now, here what we are seeing, Sree sir, a lot of Israeli soldiers and IDF is trying to do something near Gaza. Because next to Gaza, there is this, and we know Gaza is below the sea level and the tunnels are much below the sea level. We can see they're trying to lay down something. Kuch kar rahe ye log. They're trying to do something. Now, what is the interesting thing what they're trying to do? Now, if you remember on PGurus channel, we suggested that the best way to get rid of these tunnels is not to send in men, not to risk your people, not even risk a dog of IDF, even those hunter dogs, not risk them. Just flood the tunnels. You flood the tunnels, water will do everything. So, but for these terrorists of Hamas, they have to choose a death by water or death by a bullet. So if they stay, they will die by the water. If they come up, they will die by a Yehudi bullet. But the advantage of dying by a Jewish bullet is at least they can go to the Jannat, so-called heaven, and the 72 virgins are kind of promised. But if they die in a watery grave, you're going to get nothing.
So, Sirji, that is 72 kishmish. I have kishmish. It's about this size. One is so much. It is raisin. It's called raisin in English. This is one. You get 72, so you get so much. Yes.
You got 200 grams or 250 grams.
250 grams. Yeah.
Now these jihadis are contemplating, why to die a painful that let's die in the tunnels and we will not be found. Now, I'll show you another picture. Sachinji showed another picture which we are going to, another video which we have. We have 2 videos on tunnels which we are going to show, the first and the second, and we'll differentiate what is doing. So this process, somebody has listened and somebody seems to be following PGurus. This is actual where you can see, where when we will play it, you will see the water coming in.
You can hear the water in the vicinity.
Now, this is the water which has been gushed into the tunnel. See the second system. This is very important. What we are seeing here, this is the operational work. Those pipes, those generators, and those big pump sets. You can see the men in uniform. They are doing this to pull water from the sea and directly put it into the Gaza tunnels. So a complete system is pulled. First, they draw a kind of a canal from the sea. Then they are putting these pump sets, they are putting these pipes, they are putting these all systems. And the video which we showed before this, how Gaza tunnels are getting flooded. Now the question is, when the Gaza tunnels will get flooded, all these desert rats, these so-called terrorists and jihadis, they will die in those tunnels. They will be just eliminated in those tunnels. So the point I was trying to make, Sree sir, that somebody seems to be listening to the PGurus channel and taking the advices what we at times give out of just helping the humanity, and we are dead against terror because we as a country, India and as America, both have suffered in the hands of terrorists. So we don't support any kind of terror, and especially those terrorists who think they can go 60 meters below the ground, thinking a bunker buster cannot reach there and we can do what we are doing. Now, the good thing about water is water maintains its level. Water is here. It will keep on flooding by the time it doesn't hit like this. When water maintains its level, it will automatically stop. You don't need to run any funnels. And the good thing is when the ground will be filled with water, whatever structures are above the ground, Sree, they are all going to crumble. They are all going to crumble. So whatever the Air Force is not able to do, water will do. And it is like what we are going to do our next episode on Pakistan. We'll talk about how beautifully now the enemies of the nation are being eliminated without a bullet being fired. Here, what are we talking about? Weaponizing of the water. No bullet, no RDX, no C4, no IDF. Weaponizing of the water. And so in desert, you anyway need a lot of water. So the water is being weaponized and the jihadis are being eliminated. So IDF is going by the book, playing by the rules and kind of eliminating the jihadis. So jihadis, the tunnel rats don't want to come up. So remember what did the Israel defense minister say? Remember, sir? He said Gaza is going to be the biggest cemetery of the world. And looks like, because all the people who have not left Gaza, they are hiding in tunnels possibly. You have seen the residential units are down. There's nobody there. Now, where are the people? Except around 1 million people who have left. Where are the rest of the people? They are somewhere hiding in those tunnels. Where are the terrorists? They are somewhere hiding in those tunnels. Unfortunately, where are the hostages? Maybe in those tunnels. They may be acting as an insurance for these jihadis. Now, when the tunnels will be filled with water, everybody is going to be eliminated. Everybody is going to die. Unfortunately, we'll lose some of the hostages where, my heart goes out in saying that. But if the Prime Minister of Israel has already said that I cannot get everybody home, I think the message is loud and clear. What does he intend? What does Mr. Benjamin Netanyahu intend? The message is loud and clear. And Sree sir, what is going to happen? मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ. Once this incident happens, you will come to know the casualties. Once the casualty figure rises, you will suddenly see the attacks on US, on allied forces, and on everybody in Middle East will increase. There will be a tipping point where the Middle East will go out of control, where these jihadi organizations will go out of control and they will start taking orders from nobody. That is what we have to fear. And I have been telling you, my Adhyatma tells me that within December month or maybe early January, you will have something major happening in the sea. I mean, repeating that. There's an intuition I got, something major is going to happen in the sea. Now you see the first instances, sea water is being channelized and tunnels are being loaded with that. All the people will die, with whoever is there. All the ammunition will be useless. All the electricity generators, everything will be eliminated, including the bunkers they have made. Water will swallow everything. Now, even in the South China Sea, we have things heating up. There are a lot of activities happening. Even with the movement of aircraft carriers and combined battle groups which are coming near to Pakistan, Iran, Cyprus, more and more armada being moved to the Middle East, and Houthis threatening that we will attack a US aircraft carrier. I don't know which world do they live in, but these people are fully capable of trying it at least. Now, what will be the retaliation of the US? What is Turkey going to do? And if Turkey attacks Israel, what is the United States of America going to do? What does the NATO Charter tell you? What is NATO going to do? Now, the angle you had the nuclear weapons there and the nuclear weapons of Pakistan in a Saudi airbase. Now, who is going to do what? The world is becoming a more dangerous place. So it will have economical implications. It will have a geopolitical implications, and it will even have political implications. So economic and political implications are going to happen this. So commodities market, gold, banks, foreign exchange reserves, everything is going to be shaken up. Everything is going to be shaken up. So we really need to watch. And we have a big diaspora which is in Middle East. Are we going to do another Operation Desert Storm? Are we going to do another something much bigger? I don't know. Because after America, the biggest diaspora what we have, Sree, the number 2 is in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, we have a lot of people. I think we have around 4 million people. In US, we have 4.5 million people. And in Saudi, we are around somewhere around 4 million people. So how are they going to do? And on the contrary, if you see Qatar is trying to posture again, they have given access to those Marines of ours, which they were put on a death row. They've given our access to our consular access, and our embassy people are meeting them. We'll see how the things turn up. And we have an election around the corner, and we are the only country wherein the election results came and few lakh crores were added to the stock exchange in first 3 hours. All other stock exchanges are falling. China's economic index and stability is falling. Now the world is talking about it. And incidentally, I even came to know, I'm not diverting from the topic, but there are this so-called Chinese pneumonia kind of thing. I think we have 5-7 cases already in India. So the government has said it doesn't seem to have a correlation with China, but we are yet to come. I'm keeping my eye on that. What is happening in those? 5 to 7 cases are already detected here. So I don't know, sir. How do the things are turning, where they are turning, how they are going? I don't know that. Hezbollah is threatening again. Iran is threatening again. Al-Halali is threatening. Everybody is threatening again. And these all people somehow seem to be in a hurry to go to the life after the death. Go into the life after the death. That's what the hurry seems to be. And there is no voice of sanity in the whole Islamic world. Nobody is talking sanity. And, Putin is also playing his cards carefully. Middle East is again playing its cards carefully. MBS looks to be a seasoned player, but we don't know how much pressure can he handle by the internal people. UAE is trying to play both the sides. Jordan is slightly shifting. You know where Syria is. You know where everybody is. And one thing I came very interesting, we came to know, these Hamas terrorists, which were sent into Israel, they were all on that drug. There is some drug called, I can't recollect the name, which keeps you high and which propels brutality in you. And the biggest supplier and the source of that drugs, where the factories are? The factories of that drug are in Syria. So Syria is the biggest supplier of drugs. So who is using whom? Who is doing what? It's a dangerous turn of events in the whole of Middle East. We have to really keep on watching ourselves. And there are quite a few developments, which are shaping up. I do not want to talk about them right now. I do not want to contemplate anything right now. Maybe by the next episode when we meet, if the things have kind of shaped up, and I know how the things are shaping up, then possibly we can talk more about them. And then I don't want to panic the people right now, but let's see by next 1 or 2 days if some more confirmations come around that. We'll see how it happens. And Iran is up to something fishy. That is what I can share right now. Iran is up to something fishy. Iran is trying something very, very big. I hope and pray they don't succeed. I hope and pray, Israel is able to handle them before they get in. And while we are handling Iran, we have some more developments happening on the other side. You see, Israel said that Iran is trying to put Lebanon into the war through Hezbollah. And if Lebanon gets into the war, then they had it. Now, Hezbollah is warning Israel that if you start a war with us, we'll eliminate you. Iran is telling them, we'll eliminate you. Egypt is silent, but they are watching their cards. Jordan is threatening Israel today. We are not going to enter your territory and you have to go and clean this mess. You have to stop all this genocide. We are seeing the pro-Hamas support growing across the whole world. And what happened today? IDF has started attacking Hezbollah strongholds in villages which are next to the Israeli border in the southern Lebanon. So we have 1 or 2 videos which are as latest as today or last night. I will request Sachinji to play one after another. So that is it that Lebanon is already into the already into the war? Let's see. There's another one after that. Sri sir, the point I'm trying to make, if you look into these videos carefully, sir, one thing is sure, you have aerial bombardment happening, you have tanks going in, you have rockets going in, right? All the 3 are going in. And this is not a retaliation. The point I'm trying to make is this is not a retaliation to a Hezbollah attack or a rocket fire and all. Has Israel opened a front in southern Lebanon as a protective measure? Yes or no? Was Hezbollah planning something big? Was Iran directing them on something big? We don't know. But looks like now the war has extended to Lebanon, which I had predicted. And let's not forget, Lebanon is the country where the 80% of the people are below the poverty line. below the poverty line. Can Lebanon afford this war? No. But will Hezbollah let them live? No. Who does Hezbollah take instructions from? Iran. So Iran is again playing its game of chess. And even there are some reports which are also indicating, Sree sir, that Iran is trying to do something again with Pakistan. Now, what is the khichdi they are trying to cook together, and how are they going to influence this war? We don't know. And yet we have been told that Pakistan is supplying 155 those mortar shells to Israel also. So Pakistan is also trying to play both the sides. Now, the twist in the tail is everybody is trying to play both the sides, right? And incidentally, why does Putin all of a sudden land up there? What is Putin going to do in the Middle East? And remember, Putin had earlier said that, push comes to shove, we will support these Islamic countries. Putin's visit to UAE, the kind of welcome he got in the Saudi and UAE, that is something which I'm analyzing carefully, and I should be able to, in a day or two, to get with something more on that. And second part, before I hand it over to you, is what is Iran and Pakistan trying to cook together? My gut feel is of something, but I cannot come to one right now. But give me a day also, I'll come back to that. Sree sir, you wanted to make a point, Ji.
Yeah, we're going to put up a update that appeared in PGurus.com about the Qatari actions on the Indian Navy men. Can we have it up, please? So, Indian ambassador has met 8 former Navy men on death row in Qatar. 2 hearings on appeal already held. This is what the Ministry of External Affairs has said. Do watch PGurus.com, and I told you that we have also started highlighting the best videos under super videos section, where you can go and look at what you may have missed. So you can go and look at some of those videos, which are all 100,000 views or above. So here you can see the rotating carousel. You click on any one of those things, it will bring you that particular video. So you can, in case you have missed it, you can go and watch that. So this is where things stand. And one last thing before I cede control back to you, Sumitji. 7 years ago, PGurus was following in detail the attempt on Erdogan to initiate a coup. And those of you who don't know, the principal opposition leader of Turkey is actually holed up in the United States. And it is believed, in fact, if you read that article series, I think there's 3 articles from my good friend Henry, and if you read those articles, you will see that a certain general, United States general, landed in Istanbul with cash close to $3 billion. That was believed to be the amount that was supposed to have been given to people in the Turkey military to try and instigate the coup. Of course, the coup failed, and he is stronger than ever, but the Turkey economy has completely collapsed. Also, remember, viewers, that EU was paying Turkey money. There you go. Erdogan mops up Henry D'Souza's articles. This is actually a series of 3 different articles. Do read it. I mean, we've been around for 7-8 years, and we've been giving you stuff that nobody else even thought of. So we can claim rightfully that we have been seeing the future before everybody else saw it. So at least that's
Correct.
One good reason for you to subscribe to pgurus.com and also to watch our videos. So stay tuned. We need all your help. Refer us to all your friends, and let's get back to Sumitji and let's wrap it up and then take some questions. Go ahead, sir.
Sure. Now, what is important here, sir, the kind of things what I've been trying to sum up in last 35-40 minutes are the major developments which are happening. There are still some developing developments, right? I am hearing that, Anthony Blinken is being told in no uncertain terms to mend its policy in Middle East. Now, there are rumors that the 𝗒𝘗 has told him. There are rumors that the Saudis have told him. We don't know as on yet who has exactly told him. What is the American next move going to be? I was looking at Joe Biden's approval ratings. I think the approval is 36 and the rejection is 63, the latest surveys which have come up. So, and I was seeing that Vivek Ramaswamy was going all guns blazing. Now, even the political system in US, is it that competent to handle this kind of a disaster? I don't know. How equipped they are, I really don't know. And sir, trust me, Middle East is heating up. It is heating up, and something big is going to turn out from Middle East anytime soon. And I hope and pray that the things still remain in control. And Israel is not listening to anybody. Israel is going for the kill. Israel is going to eliminate all the Hamas and all. And if this front of southern Lebanon, which they've opened up. Now let's see how Hezbollah retaliates. And where are Hezbollah's those 150,000 rockets and 15,000 surface-to-air missiles? Do they exist? Do they not exist? American Armada has moved to the to the Middle East. And incidentally, Pakistanis were also joking that they are sending some boat to protect their naval shipping routes. I don't know what boat. Does boat even have a diesel or not? That's a different question. So with those things, we don't know which way the war is really going. Some people thought that the Middle East is going to slow down, and we have election around the corner. What geopolitical implications does it bring to India? What does it bring to the stock exchanges? To the wealth of the people and all. These are all the questions which we have to really see. And one thing I can tell you right now, I've been tracking it. You can see there is a rise in commodity pricing already in last 48 hours. The commodity prices have started going up. Is it a temporary trend? Is it a permanent trend? I'll keep a watch on that. But I've seen some indications where the things seem to be going on south. Seems to be going south. So let's wait and watch, see how do the things turn up. The undercurrents are very strong. And what is the new move on the world chessboard? We'll wait and watch. And let's conclude by saying one last thing, sir. We are seeing all the visible players. There is one invisible player which has footprint in whole of Middle East. And that person has been recently kicked in the butt by Giorgia Meloni when she walked out of the BRI. Now that person, my good friend, Xi, Emperor of China, he is sulking. And by the way, PGurus is watched by the Chinese embassy as far as I know. So he has been sulking. What is he going to do? He's looking for an opportunity to make his mark, to make him come back at the world stage as a dominant power. He's looking for that, that small thing. It's like that hacker who's looking for an open port to, hack into your network. He has put all his men and machinery looking for that open opportunity to hack in and to show America a bit down and to show Europe a bit down and to teach a lesson to Europe. Now, how is he going to teach a lesson to Europe? We are keeping an eye on it. I see there are a lot of things which are developing, but maybe in a day or two, we can reveal a few more things as we are ourselves sure that it is how it is going to go up. So we'll keep you updated. So we are on the job. Don't worry. We'll be the first one to keep you updated. And please, I also request you, subscribe to channel, like the video, share the video, press the bell icon, because your support makes us work harder. That's all that I have to say. Shisa.
Thank you so much, Sumitji. And viewers, one last thing I wanted to ask Sumitji. Sumitji, ये जो Iran nuclear strike, there was a strike on the areas where they had their nuclear installations, or at least there was some buzz about it. Do you have any update on that?
Sir, the problem is nobody is confirming it, nobody is denying it. It has become a mission impossible. Neither can I confirm nor can I deny. So was Ethan Hunt there? We don't know. Was a clone of Ethan Hunt there? We don't know. But something has happened in Iran. And what we have
the Mission Impossible.
Was it Ethan Hunt there? We don't know. Is there a Ethan Hunt? Is there a Mission Impossible team? Possibly yes. And suddenly, if you watch the flight trackers, there's a lot of movement of flights and private flights or chartered flights or military flights between Iran and Pakistan. What are they doing? That is something what we have to contemplate.
We will be covering that in half an hour's time. So come back to listen to us in Hindi. Sumitji and I will be talking about that. And also I want to round out a couple of events that happened last night, late in the evening in the United States. One is that the United States Congress has refused to give even 100 billion aid to Ukraine. So essentially, US is getting ready to drop Ukraine. At least the Congress wants to drop Ukraine. So what Biden has countered, he said that if you don't give money, then we will be mobilizing US troops to go into Ukraine. So this is the counter threat thing going on. He has also hinted, Biden has also hinted that he may not contest. He's saying that if Trump is not there, then I might not contest or I might not have contested. Usual thing. We don't know whether he is sane or insane. What happens? Poor guy. He's a literal Pappu kind of a person, figurehead. People say that he's only cognizant and active for a few hours in a day. At that time, they put him out and then pump him up with medications, put him out, and then as the withdrawal starts, slowly he starts getting pulled back in. So this is what I'm hearing. Again, no proof. Sree Iyer App and I will be talking more about the state of the health of President Joe Biden. His thing is that Michelle Obama will slowly come in and become the president. So that is his take. I think it is more likely going to be Gavin Newsom. In ये भी लड़ाई है, वो भी Obama group versus Pelosi group. Okay, so that is also going on. Inside Democrat.
Both are relatives. The people are fighting. क्या करें?
Right. So all palace intrigues. Remember, they start getting reported in PGurus. Remember, in DGI, we had talked about this, that Biden will be eased out before 2024. We talked about it 2-3 years ago. That's what is the value. Episode 431 coming up on Saturday. So stay tuned for that. But now let us go and ask some questions of Sumit Peer on what is happening. Our friends are waiting to have their questions asked. Magnet Rangaji wants to know, PGurus showed monologues on wokeism in many US universities. How did entities like Hamas penetrate so deep, even in prestigious US universities, and nobody knew it till now?
Branga sir, my understanding it is, we covered in one of the episodes, is that Middle East has been giving maximum amount of money to the American universities. Even my university, Cornell, got around $2 billion, if I'm not wrong. $2 billion of aid so far. Hundreds of millions of dollars have been given. Professors are being recruited. Influence is being brought in. When you give aids in millions and billions, then whatever happens next is, is just eventual. You don't have to work a lot. And nobody carries a label here. I'm a Hamas cadre or a terrorist or a sympathizer. Nobody has a label here. When you get into the system, then you will kind of talk about it. Incidentally, Harvard, I read somewhere today, they have told that you cannot hackle a Jewish student. There's no right. There is no space for all this. And if you are into all these activities, Harvard will throw you out. At least you're seeing some resistance coming in. But, it's too little, too late. The amount of money which has gone into the system has already done the damage.
Well, viewers, you can watch PGurus videos yesterday or today morning for you guys. I had recorded a statement of a student, University of Pennsylvania, where Wharton School is located. By the way, UPenn was the one who discovered the mRNA vaccine for COVID. Fundamental research was done in UPenn. So this is a very prestigious institution. It is part of Ivy League, just as Sumitji's Cornell is part of the Ivy League. Eight universities call themselves as the Ivy League. You have Yale in that. You have many other places. It's okay. We don't have to go through each and every one. It's collectively called Ivy League. Now, the takeaway here is that we in PGurus are showing you a lot of things that have not been discussed ever before. For example, who in the US Department of State hates India? Who in the US Department of State hates Israel? Those who are Israel haters today will be India haters tomorrow.
Correct.
And the deputy NSA yesterday has reached out with some information to India's deputy NSA about this Pannun case. I don't know what it is, but you can be rest assured that we'll be among the first to reveal to you what is the undercurrent that is going. There's one unfinished story that is going on. I don't know what it is. We'll be giving you information on that, hopefully in a few hours, because we're still collecting some data. Now let's take the next question. Karthik Viswanathan wants to know, sir, US wants us to take action on some imaginary, credible allegation on life threat to Pannun. Yet when this comeback threatens us, no action is taken by US. Are we strict with US in this matter?
I think, Karthik Viswanathan ji, you have to look at one thing. Look, diplomacy, there's a lot of optics, there's a lot of semantics, and there's a lot of tamasha which goes in. So one diplomacy, you go by the book. Somebody reports something, what we say in Hindi, Dilli ko chithi likho. You write a letter and say, this is what has happened. You write a letter to me, I will also see, okay, I've taken a note of your letter, and further to that, I'll investigate and come back to you. So one is that. That is one way of doing it. So I think what is happening is this chithi likho. But as I've told you, as I've declared on PGurus around 2 months back, Pannun has a fuse of maximum 1 year. Maximum 1 year. Either he has to mend his ways or it will be too late. How, when, what, I don't know. Incidents happen, bad things happen. And it is not necessarily it happens on United States of American soil. It can even happen on Canadian soil. He's again a Canadian citizen, right? It can even happen on the Canadian soil. So you see, if you become a problem for a powerful nation, I think somewhere in your hand, your lifeline shortens. That is my personal belief. I'm not representing anybody. I don't know anybody's briefing and all. This is my personal belief. That's what I believe. Now, Pannun is an overused commodity, and US is again doing the paperwork for semantics and optics and diplomacy. But you see trade is happening, student exchange is happening, new weapons deals are being signed, new cooperation. What has stopped? You see, you will say Pannun is an issue, something would have stopped. Look, with Canada, a lot of things stopped after that allegation, right? A lot of things have stopped. And by the way, let me tell you, one friend of mine who was into this student sending to American universities and all the universities, he told me, Sree sir, very interesting data. There's a 40% drop of students wanting to go to Canada. Overall, there's overall drops of students wanting to go abroad. Third thing, earlier it used to be one brother used to go, another brother, then cousin, then some will come ki mujhe immigrate kara lo. So there's a drop in that. And even a lot of students who have completed their education, they're coming back to India. In fact, he was complaining to me that the business is unviable. Today this business has become unviable, which he was doing for last 15 years. So Sumit bhai, this business has become completely unviable. There's nothing left in this business. The business is approximately 40 to 45% of what it used to be. So there are a lot of changes happening on the ground. There are a lot of changes happening on the ground. But let the right type of data come from an authentic authority, then we'll reveal that data to you. So Pannun and all are this, chithi likhne wala syndrome. You write me a chithi, I have taken a note of your letter, I'll have to reply you back. But we incorporate, we say mail khelna. Let's play mail. So that's what is happening with Pannun.
Next question, please. 𝗤𝙧𝙤𝘆 𝗢𝙗𝘁 wants to know, why isn't India officially designating Iranian proxies such as Hamas, Hezbollah, and Houthi rebels as terrorist organizations?
You see, they are not bothering India as on date.
You have to establish that link. You have to establish that link. As a responsible country, India needs to establish that link. This incident happened in India on Indian shores, and this is the proof that there is involvement of these organizations. Until that happens, India cannot declare somebody as a terrorist organization. I think that's what you are saying, right?
Yeah, correct. There has to be a link. You can't just say this is a terrorist organization.
I think, there is an important thing that we need to understand. 197 countries, they all view India as a responsible democracy. See, remember how many times Justin Trudeau has shot his mouth off about, Kisan, all those farmer protests in Punjab. Did Modi ever talk anything about the truckers protest in Canada? That shows the political maturity of India's leadership. You don't involve yourself in internal matters of other countries unless a Pannun starts shooting his mouth off. Only that case becomes important because he is actually directly hurting India's interests. I'm just being a neutral observer here. How many times have I criticized the Modi government also? Many times. The point I think I'm trying to say is that maturity comes through. People understand you. India is making very good friends in Africa by being their friend, not their boss.
Correct.
That's a very important distinction. No other country has treated Africa so brotherly as India has. India has established an IIT Madras in Tanzania, if I remember correctly.
Correct.
General Rajiv. Yeah. So they are not saying that you send your students to India, you pay them, and then we'll educate them and send it back. They are saying we are going to create the infrastructure for you so that this university becomes a university of excellence in Africa, so Africa can send their students to come and learn from there. It is a different league at which India is planning some of these things. I must tip my hat to the Modi administration for thinking that far ahead. So there are good things happening also. So next question, please. I'm sorry I stole your answers, Sumitji.
I know, sir. Not at all.
𝗤𝙬𝗿 𝗜𝘆 wants to know whether India is doing the right thing in this conflict. Will it have any impact in 2024 elections in India?
𝗤𝙬𝗿, I hope and pray it doesn't. But, when shit hits the fan, where does it go? We really don't know. That is my limited take on it. I hope and pray it doesn't. Honestly, if you tell me what I had predicted last time, today 340 seats is what I look at it. But the threat to the upcoming elections is not political. It can be geopolitical. It can be geopolitical. So politically, there's nothing which can go wrong here. But geopolitically, things can, can get a bit out of control, not because of our mistake, because how the things are heating up globally. I'm telling you, there is one silent player who has a foot and mouth everywhere, but not to be seen. and he's literally waiting to hit back, make Americans look stupid, make India look weak, make Europe look stupid. That is People's Republic of China. So he is really looking at that opening. Jagah hoti hai na, he's really looking at that opening to sneak in and to sneak in his whatever things he can. So we have to be really watchful of that country. And there are a lot of commodities and metals which he controls still. A lot of commodities,
rare earths,
controls still. And what can be the impact of this? That is something which we have to contemplate. So in geopolitics, you don't only see the direct implication. I have to go 4 lanes down the layer to see what is the layer 4 implication, and I'm going to handle this.
Yes. Thank you, Chaudhary ji, for becoming a YouTube member. And I'm seeing the stream of questions. Jivesh Jha, thank you for becoming a YouTube member. We have still a few questions to run through. We are going to do that fast. Ustad Tituddin Khan Chanchat wants to know. Thank you so much, Ustad. What should be the broader approach, in your opinion, to counter the leftist-Islamist ecosystem in academia globally?
The only way to control it is you have to acknowledge there's a problem, sir. The world is not acknowledging there's a problem. If you acknowledge there's a problem, the day you acknowledge there's a problem, 50% of the solution us time hai. You have already reached 50% of the solution. But if you're saying it's not problem, it's all okay, it's a difference of opinion, it's a freedom of expression, then if you want to become an ostrich with both the eyes open, God save you, you can't. At least you and me are discussing. You and me and Sree sir and our viewers, we acknowledge there's a problem. If the world is not acknowledging a problem, look, Obama never used the word Islamic terror. All his tenure, he never used the word Islamic terror. Does it answer your question?
Next one, please. Indian Insight with Junaid wants to know. Ismael Haniya says Israel can stop war if Pakistan warns Israel. Your comment on this comedy? सर जी इसका उत्तर मिलेगा आपको आधे घंटे में.
Even Junaid bhai, Hamas has today said Pakistan is the land of Mujahideen. What to say? Pakistan is the ace joker in the comedy circus. So we don't talk Pakistan. Pakistan is not about the geopolitical or threat. Pakistan is entertainment. One of our viewers DM'd me, Sumit bhai, whenever there's a Pakistani show, it's better than Netflix, Amazon, and for Hotstar and all put together. We love your show more than that.
And M. Chowdhury wants to know, so we can't declare Al-Qaeda a terrorist organization unless they knock off our towers as well. What kind of rule is that? So unless ISIS beheads our people, we can't declare them terrorists?
Chaudhary sir, I'll answer that. You see, it is not they have to do it. They have to be seen some influence here. They have to be doing something here. And you see, the only thing what I can tell you, even if you declare them a terrorist organization, they already declared by 250 countries. How will ISIS change?
What does it make? What difference does it make? Yeah.
You must have the capacity to preempt them, identify them, hunt them, and eliminate them. You have to kill them to survive, because the jihad doesn't die. Jihad only dies with the person. 10 out of 9 jihadis you cannot refine. Maybe 9.5. You cannot refine. So the jihad has to die with the person. Chemotherapy is the only medicine. Some useful cells will also get eliminated, but that is how you kill, because his mentality is to kill you. He has nothing in person against you, but you belong to a particular faith or a religion. I'm here to eliminate you because I want my 72, what do you call them? Khajurs, or what do you call them?
Kishmish.
I want that.
Raisin.
Raisins. So for 72 raisins, if somebody can behead a person,
it will fit in a small cup.
200 grams, 200 grams.
Yeah. Next one. नहीं, inflation हो गया है. It was 250, अब 200 को आ गया है. Ustad Tituddin Khan Chanchat, thank you so much for your generous donation. There are rumors that China has already released the next COVID virus, and it may be in Delhi. If COVID 2.0 spreads in the next 2-3 months, do you think Modi BJP will lose 2024 just like Trump lost 2020?
Ustad ji, क्यों मेरी दुखती रग पे हाथ रख रहे हो? I was telling you just now, the implications are not political, the implications are geopolitical. I even told you, with due respect to, there are 6 to 7 cases which were found in Delhi, but the doctors are saying it seems to have no relation with the infection started in China. I think we are much better prepared. But you have a leftist liberal cabal here. You have the, you know, I would show you one picture wherein I saw George Soros. And the picture said one thing: he was never investigated. He was never investigated. That means deep state exists. And the beautiful picture I saw: George Soros, on the top it is written he was never investigated. In the bottom it is written means deep state exists. So we have to really wait and watch, sir. We have to really wait and watch.
Yesterday's the Republican challengers debate was something else. There were people, taking pot shots at each other. One regret that I have, Sumitji, I don't know if you watched yesterday's or not. 4 years ago, 𝗤𝙁𝙁 𝗣𝗚𝗍𝗏 took down Kamala Harris. Both are Hindu, at least partially Hindu, right? This time, same thing is happening. Nikki Haley is taking pot shots at Vivek, and Vivek is taking pot shots at Nikki Haley. These two have the maximum power of going back and forth. Maybe both are vying for the vice president slot in the hope that Trump will become the nominee. I don't know what the undercurrents is, but it's regrettable that, these two are supposedly, of Indian origin. Why are you trying to kill your own competitor? Why can't you just have something about why not being positive? And this thing started from Nikki. So I would say Nikki Haley is the one who felt that Vivek was becoming a bit of a threat. Anyway, this is where things stand today. Yesterday's thing was the most interesting, most hard fought after. Also, some interesting things happened. If you guys have time, do go back and watch that. Very, very interesting way in which things moved left, right, and center. Somebody asked name one person in deep state that you know of to Vivek Ramaswamy, and he only could say Susan Rice. So there, one of the people much talked about in Daily Global Insights through our 430 episodes was Susan Rice. So I think we seem to have just lost Sumitji, but I think we are done with this program. Oh, here he is coming back. Sumitji, jate, you have a message for us. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm telling you, sir. I watched Vivek Ramaswamy. He was awesome. Compliments to him, and he really talks some sense. I like the guy.
Looks like somebody doesn't like Sumitji to be participating on PGurus channel. You know that even when Elmer Ewan comes on our channel, there used to be a lot of interference. Who knows what happened? Maybe it might have been a power drop. But be that as it may, we are going to be back again in half an hour's time. So thanks for joining, and we'll be back again. Do like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. Namaskar.